Monday, March 18th. Historical Commission. Just a reminder, if you didn't get a chance to when you came in, please sign in over on the side. Also, this is live streamed, but we're only taking in-person questions and public comment. And a reminder for us up here to use the mics, and then for whoever's presenting to turn on the mics down there so we can hear everybody. With that said, we'll go into item number 1, which is an approval of the minutes from February 20th.
Mr. Chairman, there was an amendment requested from Mr. Funk.
Yes.
On page 4, the third paragraph of your draft. I just transposed the sentence that talks about the signage at 118 North Prince Street. It's a sign panel, not dimensional letters, and it should be on the east side was dimensional letters, not a sign panel.
Okay. So is there a motion to approve the minutes with the recommended change?
So moved.
Or second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Item number 2 on the agenda is 11 North Ann Street, 13 North Ann Street. If those folks can come forward this evening to present. And there are a few items, this is technically under old business, but there are a few items as old business from last week. You're welcome to sit here, I think, and use those mics there.
If you could just push the button so the mic turns green. Thanks.
And as a reminder, we saw this last time, and there was an update that came from Suzanne, and so we have both a demolition and a new construction, I believe, to review tonight. So if you want to introduce yourself again and then just provide an update from last month.
Yep. My name's Austin Mountain with Peaceful Homes Property Management. This was the porch roof that was wrongly removed. So the demolition already occurred when it shouldn't have. These are the drawings to replace the porch roof back with something that is similar with everything else on that block.
Okay.
The drawing doesn't have it, but the handrails will still be there as well.
So there'll be railing up both the stairs and across the front.
Yes, the picture to the left that has the railings, it would.
So the existing historic iron rails.
Correct.
Will remain, okay.
Yes.
And then was anything noted in terms of in the front, in terms of a design or anything, or is that a flat panel there? The upper triangle, just for simplicity.
Noted.
Is it just a flat panel, or it's a flat panel currently? And I'm just asking because the existing one and the ones down, the other ones that are existing, have some sort of a decorative pattern to it.
Scroll work.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do scroll work if that's what's desired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that would be.
I mean, if he's willing to do it.
That would be preferable.
That would be
Yeah,
great.
for sure.
You know, it'd be one step closer to be, to.
Yeah, we'll get as close
to what it was.
as we can.
Yeah, it's not a complex.
No, it's not.
Complex
Yeah.
design. So.
Other questions or comments with this? I know some folks may have just seen this afternoon. Okay. No questions or comments or concerns. We'll need 2 motions, 1 to formally approve the demolition, I believe, and then 2 to approve the reconstruction, probably with the caveats that it include the railings and the scroll work. Is there somebody who would like to make a motion?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion. I recommend the City Council approve a certificate of appropriateness for the proposed demolition of a shared front entry porch on paired residential buildings at 11 and 13 North Ann Street. I guess that for the construction of a new porch, because we don't really have language for the addition.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so the first motion is just for the demolition.
Steve, you have to cite the standards, and
Okay.
because you're not really, you're approving demo, but only approving it because there's new construction to follow.
Right.
Number 6, where replacement of missing features shall be substantiated by documentary, physical, or pictorial evidence.
If you feel it meets that.
Okay. I'm not sure what you want me to say.
So we're just going to restate the demo recommendation with the item, Secretary of the Interior standards number 6 in mind.
Okay, I recommend the city council approve a certificate of appropriateness for demolition of a shared front entry porch on paired residential buildings at 11 and 13 North Ann Street. This work is consistent with Secretary of Interior standards number 6.
Is there a second? Okay. Any discussion? I'll just note that the demo is, contingent on the
New construction.
approval of the new construction motion as well. So, all in favor of this motion, say aye. Aye. All right, we don't have language for the other one, but
Okay,
you want to do the,
I'll wing it.
yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the city council approve a certificate of appropriateness for construction of a new porch to replace that which was demolished at 11 and 13 North Ann Street, with the following conditions. Additional conditions not shown on the current submitted drawings is that the gable end will have scroll work to closely match the existing porches on neighboring buildings, and that the existing historic iron handrails are to remain. And this work is consistent with Secretary of Interior Standard 6 and 9, Suzanne? I don't have the standards memorized.
No,
Just
not
6.
9, just 6, yeah.
Just 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right, is there a second? All right, thank you. Any discussion? All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. All right, motion carries.
Only, their recommendation is on the city council. Technically, it could go on next Tuesday, which is the full council meeting. However, it involves demolition, so I have to check with the city clerk, because sometimes demolitions start with the committee meeting, which isn't until April. But, you're demolishing, but you are putting something back up. But I have to check with him how the committee chair wants to handle it, and I will let you know that tomorrow, or the next day.
Thank you.
Okay,
The
thank you.
demolition
Thank you.
already occurred, so.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming back with that. All right, item number 3 is 617 Fremont Street. If those folks can come forward. So this is the formal application for this property, which we saw last month as well. So if you want to just go through your updates, current drawings, if there's any changes based on the discussion from last time.
Can you hear? Oh, okay. There we go.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, so again, the proposal is for 617 Fremont Street. This is the empty lot. We saw this last month. If you mind scrolling down a little bit, Suzanne. So again, yeah, these are the existing apartment buildings, row homes around the neighborhood. Obviously, they have just different types of styles. And then if you keep going down. So this was our previous drawing that you guys saw last month. The main takeaways for this was you would have preferred a steeper pitched gable roof on the front. And I believe this roof was 8 by 12. 8 by 12. If you mind scrolling down a little bit more down. Yeah,
I think that at 12, 12.
18 by 18.4, and then it goes down to the back, and then it flattens out a little bit around the back. So if you scroll down a little bit more, Suzanne, keep going. Yeah, right here. This is the new drawing. So we redrew the roof, and it is now a 1412 roof. So it's a steeper on the front, and then also a little bit of a steeper pitch on the back, and it does not flatten out. So again, we changed the pitch gable roof, and then you guys also mentioned to put realistic sized windows, and so we changed all the windows. Top windows are all emergency egress windows. I believe they're about 31 by 61. And then we also removed the shaker style that split the middle of the row homes. So those were the three main takeaways from last month. So I also added the types of materials we were going to use. So this is the Hardy Plank lap cement siding. I don't know if you guys want to. Yep, and then Yep, just 30-year shingle roof, charcoal by JF. And then these are the front-sized doors and windows. So I think I mentioned 31 by 61. And then standard vinyl door. And then if you keep scrolling down, Suzanne. So yeah, change the back. You can see the back. Well, I guess you can't really see, but it's pretty much the same thing on the back. Keep going down. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, we used Dutch Lab vinyl siding by Georgia Pacific, and it's an almond color. It says wicker, but I think it was the second presentation. It's whatever, yeah. If you keep scrolling down, please. So these are the dimensions for the rear perspective. And then this is where you'll see the main difference from last drawing. So again, 14 by 12 on the front, and then 2 by 12 on the back.
Okay.
So it doesn't flatten out as much as the last one. But yeah, that should be it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions on the updates? Comments?
I had two questions. Can we scroll back to the front facade? Thank you. Did you add the little roof above the front door? Was that something that was on the first one? I can't remember.
The awning?
Yeah.
Yeah, the awnings were there.
Were they?
Yeah, I think they were on the first.
Yeah, I just didn't remember. On your side elevations, there's like 3 things sticking out at the, and I'm guessing one is the gutter, but what is the rest of that?
Oh, the white strips down the sides.
No, at the cornice. Do you see like you have like lines for your roofing, and then you have like 3, like it looks like 3 stacked gutters?
Above. Oh, it's perspective because it's a downward sloping. If you're looking on the right side, you'll see the.
Those are the gutters for
Yeah,
each of them.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just.
Oh.
Yeah, it shows.
Okay, I was like,
Shows some
are
depth,
you doing
yeah.
something fancy with raptor tails or what? I couldn't figure out what you were doing. Okay.
It's really collecting all the
Yeah,
water.
Yeah.
We're trying to utilize the ground, work with it as much as we can.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I changed the depth of the truss a little bit because I was getting to the point where I would need it to get the strength. So that's why the 212.
Okay. Any other comments? Danielle, were those your questions? Okay.
I think this is improvement over last month. Yeah, the proportions are better, and I think are more in keeping with the patterns in the neighborhood. So, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Can I see the back roof?
The back elevation.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Is that it? Oh, okay.
So you're switching from shingles to rubber.
Second part's rubber.
Yeah, it'll be all rubber on the back.
Yeah, 2 and 12, you don't.
You won't be any shingles on the back. It's all on the front.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It shows shingles and rubber, but it's all rubber.
Right, it's all rubber.
Okay.
Because of the 212 pitch.
You won't get anybody to warrant a roof at
Right.
212.
All right, any,
Can you go back to the picture in the front? Yeah. In the middle, it looks like the dormer is butting up against the window. I'm sure that's just a picture mistake, right?
Correct.
Yeah, those windows were a little bit bigger.
Okay, so is it gonna bump up against, it's not gonna bump up against the dormer, is it?
Pardon?
the door awning below the.
In the drawing, the window seems to bump right up against the top of the dormer.
No,
Yeah, it would be close because the window is a little different in height,
Right.
so it'll have to be flashed.
But roughly the other one, or is it gonna be right on top of it?
as the other emergency windows.
I would assume all three
Yeah,
units are going to be the same.
correct. Yes. Yep.
Just an error in the drawing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, if there's nothing else, then, or I can do this the first time, any public questions, comments? Okay. Does somebody like to make a motion for the new construction? Okay.
If this turns on. Mr. Chairman, I recommend that City Council approve a certificate of appropriateness for the proposed new construction to construct a new two-story, three-unit frame residential structure on a vacant parcel at 617 Fremont Street per the submitted architectural plans and proposed building materials. And this work meets the Secretary of the Interior Standards, number 9, and the design standards.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Are any opposed? Okay. Motion carries.
Because it's a vacant lot, no demolition is involved, this can go straight to City Council next week, next Tuesday, March 26th, and I will send you the motion language tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, item number 4 on the agenda, 438 North Queen Street.
We were under the impression that our architect was going to be here. Gary Weaver, who I'm sure you all know.
He's sick of presenting to us.
Maybe.
We're going to do our best.
That's fine. If you want to introduce yourselves and then
Sure.
Suzanne, you're bringing up what you had. Okay, and then we can flip it.
I'm Jonathan Yeager, I'm one of the partners at Decades.
I'm Chris Trendler. I'm one of the partners at Decades.
David Rich, project manager with Benmark.
Thanks for pulling it up for us.
Just tell me next.
Just a brief overview. So obviously we submitted everything, but we started using the outdoor space for outdoor dining during the pandemic and have been trying to, year after year, make that experience better. And we're at a point where we think a refreshment pavilion that's kind of more of a permanent structure out there would be the next step in making it feel a little more. It always felt like a rushed afterthought. We were pandemic, trying to make things work. And now we want to make an investment and beautify the neighborhood, serve our guests better. So what we're suggesting is a refreshment pavilion and a paver-style patio area, which we think will look really nice. And if you'd like to scroll down just a little bit, this is at the former Star Armory building. We do not own the building. We are just operators of the business on the first floor, which is 13,000 square feet. So we're the anchor tenant. So if you see the front yard there, when you're looking at the building, it would be on the right, where this refreshment pavilion would be, as well as the courtyard space. We do see it as surrounded by greenery. We see it as a enclosed patio space, but then also having the ability to open a window to the sidewalk and service passersby with ice cream and non-alcoholic things like that. So kind of dual purpose, beverage area, and then a service to the street. If you keep scrolling, so that's the area in question. There's two lawn areas. The other one we would do like action games, cornhole, that kind of thing. Fun, simple stuff to keep families and guests entertained. You can keep going to the next one. And another one. So we did pull inspiration from kind of like a portable thing, but we wanted to keep an industrial feel, and Jonathan can chime in about aesthetics.
One of the main concerns was trying to keep the aesthetic that we have on the inside and the integrity of the building that is already there, which we really tried to keep when we built Decades. We have the gym floor. We did not touch the ceiling. The beams, the black beams, we didn't paint them at all. We actually took the colors and matched those colors and brought them down to the floor.
Yep.
So all the walls in Decades are the same, I believe it's caviar black.
Yep.
That we use. So we would be continuing that with the outdoor pavilion. So if you just want to scroll down a little bit more. Yeah, maybe one more down just to show the actual structure. So there's where the structure will be on the land. If you scroll down a little bit more, you'll be able to see the side of the structure has the window that would lead to the street, but then we have a fence just to kind of keep the patrons who are going to be drinking under control and within our own control.
That's my job.
Yeah. So the design of this, I was looking to really have like a modern yet historical looking thing. And when I say historical, I mean historical to our building itself. So if you go into Decades and you see the roof, it has this wooden roof. So we tried to emulate that here and show that. And then the black of the beadboard that we have on the inside would be, I believe it would be steel on the outside, but just to like keep it weatherproof. If you've been into Decades, you see we have those hanging globes above. We tried to have those as like our kind of like our signage, but it's more of like our signature lighting that we have on the inside. So that would also echo what we have on the outside. And then the roof, we were trying to keep it really simple and also protect the building itself. So that's why we're going with more of a sloped roof, which also kind of follows the same angles as the beams that are inside of the building.
Yeah, that's another view of it. We're excited.
Yes.
And there's
So, yeah,
the materials.
Yeah, it kind of talks about the same thing that I was talking about earlier.
Yep, and that's it.
Where's Where's the Corten steel?
That would be the fencing,
Okay.
just to keep it weatherproof. We have these wooden planter boxes right now, and they lasted 4 years, but we're thinking we're gonna need something sturdier.
Okay, but to be clear, Suzanne, we're only reviewing the pavilion, the paving and the planters and fencing.
If they were doing a deck of any sort, you would be reviewing that, whether it's 3 inches or 3 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Paving, you do not.
Yeah.
And the fence, we don't.
And fencing.
No, from our understanding, it was just the structure itself, yeah.
Okay.
Are you picking up rainwater on the back of that? Roof pitch and sending it somewhere?
Yeah, so there is yard in between. There's like grass in between the house, the existing house, and then there would probably be plants from in the back too. This was the architectural drawing that was done, but
Okay, there's no gutter, shown on the,
yeah, we didn't really discuss that with them, and we were hoping they were here to answer some of these questions.
So there is a rainwater mitigation system in the front yard, which
Right
we would
over
maintain access to. And our one solution would be tie right into that. That's a retention, and that could be a really good solution for that. So that was something that we had discussed as that we would like to do.
I mean, aesthetically, it's not going to really change much. You're going to have a gutter and run it
Yeah,
towards the back. And
it would be running off the back.
Yeah.
System
Yep.
or whatever, yeah.
just a simple box gutter and.
Yeah. Not a big deal. Okay.
They very well have, it's possible they had a gutter, and maybe their plan was to put on the backside, but we just don't see that in the drawing.
Questions or comments?
It's really nice.
Thanks. You'll have to stop out.
I don't mean this in a pejorative way, it's cute.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll have to see what we do with the roof, like, of the building. I'm kidding. For now.
And I'm just curious, just because I was just thinking about, it is, I think it's a good help.
We got this, Gary.
Deny it, Gary, come on.
I was gonna say, you guys did a really good job.
I have to say, I came in and it said 6 o'clock, and I thought the meeting was 6:30.
Are you putting it on a slab on grade, or what are you using for?
For the structure, we had talked about pylons.
I can.
Yeah. Does everyone know Gary?
Oh, my goodness. You think I've never done this before.
Yeah, right.
You got lost.
After hours.
And no one called and said, hey, where are you?
Good job.
So,
So the question was the foundation of the.
yeah, at this point, we think we're going to actually do piers and actually have a structure that sits on the piers as opposed to having slab on grade.
The other question was about rainwater. Is there a gutter system? Because it just wasn't shown.
Yeah, at this point, we haven't really addressed that, but I think we'll probably have a gutter system on the north side so we can collect the water. And we do have a underground stormwater management system in the courtyard space.
We did it.
Got that right.
We did
I
it.
think we covered almost everything.
They were just going to make a motion.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, right when you walked in.
Any other comments or questions?
Motion that Gary was gonna have to install the gutters.
Any public comment questions? Okay. If there's nothing else, does somebody want to make a motion?
Sure, I'll do that.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend City Council approve a certificate of appropriateness for the proposed new construction of a one-story outdoor refreshment pavilion on the north edge of the front yard of 438 North Queen. Per the submitted architectural plans and materials, and this work meets the Secretary of Interior's design standard number 10.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
They are a recommending body, and yours does not involve demolition, so it will go to city council next Tuesday, March 26th. You don't have to be there, but if you want to show it off. And if you guys can make sure you signed in those.
We did, yep. We'll just make sure Gary goes alone to that meeting.
All right, looking forward to instruction.
Thank you.
All right, next up, 429 Hillside Avenue, Thaddeus Stevens. And welcome back to this group again.
I have a stack of samples, so let me know how you want me to pass these around. They're
Oh, they did
heavy.
leave their sample. That's easily ordered.
Okay.
All right, if you want to reintroduce yourselves and then go through, well, the updates and any changes, I guess, and then we can look at the samples.
I'm Kyle Grindstaff with the ELA Group.
Hi, Jenny Gurman, Executive Director for the Thaddeus Stevens Foundation.
My name is Jana Bielak. I am representing Thaddeus Stevens College. I'm here as the architectural team. Unfortunately, my intern is sick today, so he had to miss out on this, but we'll go through this presentation here. And again, I have all the samples, and I'll pass these around as I go through, as I get to that portion. We're here with a demolition application as well as a proposed construction application. Okay, so we're at 429 Hillside Avenue. We are proposing a duplex residence. Okay, so here's the existing site. Currently on the site, and this is what we proposed, the demolition of the single-story two-car garage. And right now it's sort of an empty site. You see on the street to the page right, south, that it's much more dense, and here's perfect place for adding additional housing for the city. And here's the official demolition plan prepared by ELA Group. And here are some photos of the existing single-story block two-vehicle garage. So as you see, there's not really much historical significance to this structure. If anything would be salvaged from this building, it would simply be for student use at the college. We could maybe repurpose the windows or the garage doors or the man door just for student projects, but nothing in the proposed design would be reused. And looking at the street to the north, we see a lot of duplexes on this street. Just to the north beside our site, there's a duplex, a brick duplex, and across the street to the northwest, again, duplexes. We have vinyl siding, we have brick, various different roof styles, a lot of pitched roofs, dormers, flat roofs. So there's really a variety of styles here that we feel that we have some freedom with the design of our building. So that's really talking about the demolition of the block building, and I was going to go right into the design, the proposed design of the new duplex. And here's an aerial view of this area. So you see that there is this empty spot that really could benefit from some new duplex, new residences for people in the city. There's a lot of repetition on the street. Again, a lot of variety of roof styles, pitched roofs, again, dormers, flat roofs, row homes, duplexes. There's quite a variety here. So the footprint of our building, proposed 2,370 gross square footage for the footprint. We're proposing a two-story building, so 4,740 gross square footage total. We have a combined garage coming off the front of the proposed building onto Hillside Avenue, and this actually works out perfectly, well, very close to perfectly with the current curb cut. So we are basically taking this existing, I don't know if you can see it in this, hard to tell in these pictures, but in front of the garage in the west elevation, you can see that that's sort of a driveway into the garage, and that's where the existing curb cut is. And what we're essentially doing is shifting it to the south 6 feet. So where we're taking away, we're also adding sidewalk and bringing that curb back.
So it looks like the existing curb cut.
No.
Looks like the existing curb cut doesn't really align with the garage doors, does it?
It's extended. You'll see in this image, the gray area, it's extended to the south, and that's a fenced-in area. I'm not exactly sure what, it looks like garbage cans and just a storage area.
In the upper left-hand corner, it just looks like there's a curb in front of it.
Oh, yeah, I see. Mhm.
There's a bit of a grade change too as we're going
Mhm.
to the right side of the picture.
Surrounding context of it.
Yeah, we see more of a curb cut there. Maybe that was, we got the picture in just the right spot to make it look like the curb was there. But yes, the curb cut almost aligns with our proposed driveways, combined driveways. Okay, and then off of the rear, which is Page North, east is 2 exterior decks. They're elevated, they're wooden decks. So now getting into the floor plans, I'm going to start with the basement floor. So this is basically going to be a vanilla box. It's going to be finished with drywall and framing, insulated with a mechanical room downstairs, but other than that, it's pretty much unfinished. And then going up into the level 1, the first floor plan, you'll see that the garages are in the center of the building, and you start out, I'll just go through the unit on the left-hand side. You enter, there's a powder room on your left, a coat closet on your right, making this entry area. You go straight into the living room, and working your way Page North, there's the kitchen and the dining area and the rear wooden elevated deck off of the back of the building. And in the rear, that's where you find the staircase to go to the upstairs, which is nice. It's sort of tucked away. So then up on the second floor, there's 3 bedrooms, 2 full, very spacious bathrooms, a laundry room, and spacious area in the hallway for, a desk space or a seating chair, perfect for, work from home, as a lot of people do these days. And a very large walk-in closet for the master. And overall, the building is 52 feet by 46. So now looking at the exterior rendering, and this also shows the proposed materials. And did you want me to bring these up to pass along, or I have stones and the vinyl siding? Okay. This is the benefit to having the masonry department at your table. So these are the proposed, this is the proposed pallets.
So I think you said last time that the rear of the houses will also be brick?
Correct.
Will that be the same black brick?
Correct, yes. So on the front facade, we have the same protruding bays that we showed last time with a single pitch roof. And I know we talked about what happens at that peak. So speaking with masonry, they actually were excited to do a veneer. So it's going to be standard brick stacked up to the roof on the front and then wrap with a veneer of brick.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the brick, and it's that sample up there, the carbon black. The, what should I look at next? The overhangs above the doors are going to be a flat roof held with tie rods back to the building, giving it a contemporary feel. The doors are, I have all of the specification, the cut sheets for all of the materials as well. So we're looking at using Therma-Tru doors in a gray color, a lighter gray than the brick is. So the doors and the man doors and the garage doors will both be gray, the same gray color. The overhangs will be a flat roof. We were looking at using rain chains to drain those into the grassy areas just beside they're not necessarily porches, they're pretty much a slab on grade, but they do need a handrail. When the handrail would be, we're looking at our welding department to help us with the handrail. So we're looking at black steel with stainless steel cables for that, also giving a contemporary feel.
Okay.
The stone at the ground level at the recessed base is a cobblestone. The sample that right here. And on the front of the building, we're proposing to use a vertical vinyl siding of these two colors, the red and the colonial white. The sides of the building will be a horizontal siding of colonial white, and the rear of the building will be the black brick, standard brick. We also are proposing, I don't know if it shows up in our elevations, a strip down the center at the back to define the two different properties, because oftentimes down the road, someone might not like this color of brick and want to paint it, and we don't want a jagged line. So we're planning ahead for that, even though it's the back of the building and faces a parking lot, but
That strip.
it's going to be, I proposed a brake metal, so the bricks would be separated just a little bit and then a brake metal backing. But I will be looking to the masonry instructor to see what is best for, again, this is
Really just do it as a control joint.
a control joint. We could do that as well. Just anything to make it a straight
Yeah.
line, so that if it is
Give you that half-inch control joint.
Yeah, I think I would just do a control joint.
just a control joint.
Be real subtle.
size.
Okay.
But you're creating that kind of line to paint to.
Mhm.
Okay.
Dividing the properties visually, So that is the rendering. We're using white vinyl MI windows of various sizes, but they're mostly 36 inches wide. When we get to some bathrooms on the sides, they're 32, but that's the minimum what they would be. So in looking at the elevations, again, we have all the materials listed. The sides are a horizontal vinyl siding in the same colonial white color that is on the front of the building. In the rear, we have wooden framed decks that would have wooden handrails and not the same welded handrail that's in the front of the building with the cable wires. And there's the rear elevation showing that strip, but I agree with the control joint, and that might be easier for the masonry class to work with. And the south elevation showing the colonial white horizontal siding as well.
Great. Yeah, it's a nice project. Any questions or comments from this update?
Doesn't the lot slope down?
It does, correct. Towards the back, which actually helps us with the egress window. So you'll see in the north elevation to the page left, we have wooden piers holding up the deck. So that's where the grade would be. And we'll have a window well at the egress window.
But the egress window is entirely above grade. It's not in a window well.
It is in a window well, yeah.
it is?
Mm-hmm, yes.
So the grade's kind of cutting across there.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Other questions?
And in speaking with the masonry instructor today, actually, he was discussing using the cobblestone to finish any concrete foundation wall that is above the grade.
That's exposed.
Yes. So we really benefit from this being a student project where we get the extras of the welded handrails and the stone on the concrete foundation wall.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, I think this is a great project. It looks good. Is there a motion? to approve, we need two motions, the demolition of the lovely garage and then the new construction. It's a separate motion.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the City Council approve the certificate of appropriateness for the proposed demolition, demolish one-story, two-bay cement block garage at 429 Hillside Avenue to allow new construction at the site. This work meets the Secretary of Interior Standard Number 1.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. Any discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All right. Would you care to make the new construction motion as well?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the City Council approve the certificate of appropriateness for the proposed new construction, construct 4-bay, two-story residential duplexes with integral garages at 429 Hillside Avenue, per the submitted architectural plans and proposed building materials. This work meets the Secretary of Interior's Standard Number 9 and the design standards.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. Any discussion? All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. All right, any opposed? All right, motion carries as well.
As I told the other people, they're a recommending body, so it has to go on to city council. Because yours involves demolition, it could have to start at the council committee meeting, which is April 1st, but I will check with the clerk and the chair of that committee to see if this garage really warrants that kind of discussion. Or it could go on to this full city council meeting, which is next Tuesday, March 26th. I will send you the language tomorrow or Wednesday as soon as I find out from the clerk.
Okay, great, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Very much.
Thank you.
All right, for us, any other business? There's no public. Anything else?
Public left.
Public left. And Suzanne, I don't imagine we need anybody to attend these meetings. Okay. Anybody is welcome to attend. All right, motion to adjourn, I guess, all in favor? Say aye. Aye, all right. We are adjourned, 6:47.
It's a brand new building. They put windows. So weird. Yeah. I just thought, hey.